Hi, I'm Katie Carroll. I'm a clinical laboratory science major, and I plan on attending grad school after I finish up here at KU to pursue a degree in forensic science, which is why I chose to present on utilizing the ambiguity effect when presenting forensic information in a courtroom. I took my first forensics class my junior year of high school, and I immediately thought it was the coolest thing ever. I've always been interested in CSI and Criminal Minds and all of those shows. So even though I'm obviously a little biased, this topic is also important for the general population to know because 1 in 4 people will serve on a jury at least once in their lifetime. So to start this presentation, I figured it would be helpful if I defined the 2 big terms in my title. So term number 1, ambiguity effect, is a cognitive bias where decision making is affected by a lack of information. And term number 2, forensic science, for those who don't know or don't watch CSI like myself, is the collection and analysis of crime scene evidence. Seeing as not everyone in the human population has a degree in biology or chemistry, forensic information can be very difficult to present to a jury because it's very technical and very complex. The video I'm going to show next does a good job summarizing the primary goals of a forensic scientist. The man speaking, his name is Max Hill, and he has worked on a lot of high-profile criminal cases in England. So here that is.
Presentation tools used in court by expert witnesses are obviously important because an expert witness needs to settle a jury, to reassure them that the expert knows precisely what they're talking about, and more importantly, to distill the essential features of the expert analysis without it becoming a postgraduate lecture in physics, chemistry, or biology, which is beyond barristers and is beyond most juries. So the way you present is key.
A forensic expert can serve one of 3 primary roles during a trial. Role number 1 is that they serve as an expert witness, and an expert witness's job is to provide specialized knowledge on scientific issues. The second role they serve is assisting a judge or a jury with specific case details, and then the third role they serve is providing a third-party opinion on information presented by either the prosecution or the defense. One example of difficult and technical information to present to a jury is the effect that drugs have on a person. Obviously, when people are under the influence of drugs, they act weirdly. This isn't a surprise, but most people don't actually know why. And the job of a forensic expert is to explain that why so that the jury can then do their job and reach a fully informed verdict. One of the most complicated drug effects to explain is the effect that cocaine has on a person's brain. The super long technical definition from the National Institute of Drug Abuse goes like this. The brain releases dopamine in waves to respond to certain pleasurable stimuli, such as smelling good food. It then recycles back into the cell that released it, shutting off the signal between nerve cells. Cocaine prevents dopamine from recycling, causing excessive amounts to build up in the synapse. This flood of dopamine disrupts normal brain communication and causes a high. While this might not be impossible for some people to comprehend, it's crucial during a trial that every single jury member understands exactly what is being talked about, which is why most forensic experts, when explaining the effects of cocaine, will use something called the kitchen sink analogy, which goes like this. Picture your brain as a kitchen sink. The water coming out of the faucet are the dopamine neurotransmitters, and the basin of the sink is the synapse. Cocaine works as a stopper in the drain of the sink, so instead of the water draining out of the synapse, it accumulates until the sink runs over. So basically, when your brain sink runs over, it can destroy your life, similar to how when a real sink runs over, it can destroy your floors. This is a perfect example of utilizing the ambiguity effect because a forensic expert is able to take something that not a lot of people know about and make it easier to comprehend. Unfortunately, that is all the time that I have for this presentation, but I will be back with more examples for my final. Thank you for watching.